everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jessica and I am a social media manager and influencer coordinator in Los Angeles. I'm also a micro-influencer. I've been working in this space for several years and I have been working with influencers for years and years. And I have a ton of friends who are very major influencers on YouTube and Instagram, so I do have a different perspective coming into this topic of conversation. So without further ado, welcome to this video. I wanted to talk about the main difference between becoming an influencer and a regular career. There's that cliche stereotype that influencers have such an easy job, and that's just the furthest thing from the truth. And I've seen some influencers struggling and people struggling trying to become influencers, and there's a really similar thing going on between everyone, and I wanted to bring that topic to discussion today. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and if you enjoy my content, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up or subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more videos such as this one. The main thing that most people don't realize when it comes to being an influencer is how incredibly proactive and self-disciplined you need to be pursuing this as a career. When you think about other careers, you go to work, you have a boss, you have someone telling you the things you want to do, and just as starting your own business or something like that, being an influencer is extremely proactive. You know, if you have a day off, what time are you really going to be waking up? Are you even going to be setting your alarm on that Saturday? As pursuing to be an influencer and people that pursue being an influencer, you have to wake up extremely early, you have to do things that you don't always want to do. I'm in the fitness space, so I wake up early every day, I go work out, I film content, I shoot content, and it's not as easy as it seems. For some people, depending on their account, they might just have to take pictures all the time or vlog their whole life, which I can't even imagine. That's a lot, because you're never off. I've tried to vlog before, and it's just exhausting because all day long, you're always having to remember to turn on the camera or to remember to get certain moments as opposed to just living your life. I prefer the way that I like to do my filming because I know I'm talking to y'all right now, and then after this I won't be filming anymore, so I can just continue what I'm doing and not have to always be filming throughout the day and then editing the best clips out of the full day, if that makes sense. As far as being proactive, it's insane because I see a lot of influencers. Like, an example, I have friends that have had modeling careers in the past. And of course, they were very successful with modeling. They had an agent, they had different companies and brands they were working for that told them to do these different things. But now that it's come down to just influencer work for certain people, they have trouble because they need to learn to be proactive. It's so much easier when someone hands you a schedule and says, okay, you're going to be filming this today, you're going to be shooting this tomorrow, and things like that. But once you take that away and you need to set your intentions for the day and have your goals and always be focusing on that, that's the big difference between the influencers that are extremely, extremely successful in the world and people who either want to be influencers or are on the decline of the influencer space. Because right now there's a big shift within the community. Certain influencers that were once huge are now declining. I'm sure you can see that all over the internet. Like, there's just certain people that either no longer want to be part of it or are struggling because of these reasons, because different contracts have ended and they don't really know where to go from here because they need to make their own schedule. So that is a huge difference between influencers also having your own business and having a regular job. Another thing that influencers all had to deal with at some point in time is being able to push through the barriers when you're not getting any results. It's one thing if you went viral, congratulations, you skyrocketed and then you had a career, or hopefully you were able to maintain some sort of positioning after the decline of that peak. But for a lot of other people, you were creating content for years and years and videos, and it's a lot of hard work. And to not be getting huge results or seeing your friends, an example, hit 1 million followers and you're just still trickling along, it's something that influencers have to push through. I've seen so many people have such amazing success, which is really, really great. But I can't imagine what they went through for years and years to push through to that success. It's a pretty outstanding thing to see. Something that I did notice last night that I thought was really interesting was when you think about one of the most thriving industries online right now, it's the health and fitness space. And I think the reason why people are more inclined to be influencers in that space is because they're already proactive. If you're living a vegan lifestyle or a healthier lifestyle as opposed to stopping at McDonald's, you're already having to be proactive a lot in your life by stopping and making the time to either like have a recipe, know what you want to cook, and things like that. I already know that's a struggle for me as well, like being proactive to always cook at home. Also, when you look at people that are in the fitness industry, those people have such a tremendous amount of self-discipline, and they're able to be proactive all the time because they've been able to go to the gym. They don't have someone telling them like, hey, you need to go to the gym because you have this contract and whatever, you know, like they are proactively wanting to better themselves, even if they don't see immediate results, which is very similar to the influencer industry. So I think that was pretty neat just to see that kind of correlation, and there's plenty of other industries that are huge in social media that you can kind of see that correlation between the self-discipline and the ability to be proactive. Something else I wanted to bring up is that there's no right or wrong way to grow in this industry, and I do help mentor a lot of people in the industry of social media management, which is for brands as opposed to influencer work. And when it comes to that, so many people want the right answers. They ask all these questions over and over, which are really great because like I can give them insight, but at the same time there's not always a right answer. There's not always like, oh, so-and-so did it this way, so I need to do it this way because that's how you become successful. No, like you could just be cranking out content over time and you can become successful that way. You don't have to make a video about dyeing your hair purple and like all this random stuff that someone else got successful with. Same with like just different tools with social media. Like it's about breaking barriers to stand out and being extra creative. Like if you look at Casey Neistat, like his stuff is insane. He was able to take his prior experience with the film industry and production and crank out these amazing videos. So that's something to keep in mind. There's not always a right and wrong answer. And I feel like so many people are always asking me for the right answer and for the right way to do things. And that's just not completely the way it works. Sometimes it can work like that, but a lot of times you just kind of have to make it up as you go, and you have to just trust that you're doing it correctly and trust that what you are doing is what people want to see or will want to see eventually, whether or not, you know, you have immediate success or you have success in a year. So that's something to keep in mind. I have a ton of other insight into the influencer space, so if y'all have any questions, literally anything, I can answer any of your questions. I teach people how to do this for a living. You know, I've done this for years. I've ran other people's accounts for years. I've negotiated contracts. So anything that y'all want to see in regards to influencers and this whole world and life, let me know. I've been thinking about making a video of what influencer events are actually like because you would probably be surprised by what they're actually like. I've been going to them for quite a few months now, and it's just not what you would think they are, I suppose. So anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. If y'all have any questions, please be sure to DM me on Instagram at MeetJessicaMarie, or drop a comment down below if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.